A powerful new memorial is now on display at the Halifax Harbour, from where Canada sent so many off to war more than 100 years ago. Permanent boot prints line the boardwalk, symbolizing the steps that soldiers took before sailing to the European fronts in the First World War. CTV's Atlantic Bureau Chief Todd Battis explains.
They could be the faces of soldiers who went abroad a century ago. Reenactors, of course, but it's easy to imagine the real thing. Young, excited, naive, about to embark not on the adventure they hoped for, but for the horrors of trench warfare.
For a moment, we need to walk in these shoes. We need to walk in their shoes.
A new installation retraces the route 350,000 men and women took along a Halifax pier. Canadians from across the country would travel by train, some taking days to get here, take their final steps on Canadian soil on this pier to boats that would make the crossing to Europe. They boarded ships such as Titanic's twin, the Olympic. 60,000 would never come back. They're buried in the cemeteries of Belgium and France amid a multitude of monuments. The Last Steps Memorial Arch is designed to be a reminder of where Canada went to war and where the war came to Canada.
If there's something we can do to connect people to their family ancestors, to the past, and to the service and sacrifice that every family in our country made during the Great War and other wars, I think that's a noble undertaking.
Footsteps burned into the wooden pier lead visitors to a ship's gangway.
We didn't just put those steps there because we wanted to direct people here, but we put them there because we wanted them to understand those footprints were there, but they faded over time.
So have the people they belonged to, and those who knew, loved, and mourned them.
And I see by your gravestone you're only 19.
100 years ago, a generation was willing to give its all for a young country. Now Canadians get a better understanding of the lengths they went to. Todd Battis, CTV News, Halifax.